Hi, I'm Yamini Muttevi, a Sitecore Technology MVP and a Solution Architect at Codehouse. And
hi, I'm Krushna Patel, and Senior Front-End Developer at Codehouse, and two-time Sitecore MVP in Technology.
in this session, we are discussing about AI optimization for Sitecore, which is like we are dealing with two implementation approaches. One is the schema markup, and second is llms.txt file. And then I'll cover upon the strategy, architecture, and content models, whereas Krushna will cover upon the front-end implementation with the Next.js. Before we proceed, a quick background. So I'm working with Codehouse, a solution architect, and I'm working with Sitecore for the past 12 years. And also, I'm a founder of user group, Hyderabad.
And I'm on the front-end side with 6+ years of experience, specializing in Sitecore. And in this session, when we see the Next.js middleware and JSON LM, that's my part.
Going on to the next slide, in the next 30 minutes, we'll cover upon what is the problem with search is splitting into two, and then we'll focus on the dual track strategy along with schema architecture, what are the schema types that have been implemented in the application, and also we'll focus on automation and smart fallbacks, wherein we'll also consider the use case of the multi-site ecosystem, and then we'll move on to llms.txt, what it is, how it works, and then the validation and testing upon it with the marketplace application webpulse demo. Next, search is splitting in two. Now, the problem is that earlier days, we used to focus on the past 20 years also, like how do we get the web page results in the Google? Like we always wanted our website to be listed top in the Google search. But now the fundamental shift has been done. That is, people are also focusing on AI models rather than the traditional search.
So on the left side, you see the traditional search. We all know how traditional search works. So basically, Google still drives the traffic from the rich snippet, knowledgeable panel, and enriched listing. And here, schema markup is the main part to about for the traditional search. And most of the Sitecore projects and teams are invested in the traditional search.
On the right, we have AI search, wherein we're also focusing upon the AI models like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Perplexity, and other things also, wherein these are the new front door to the internet. Like suppose if you are querying in a chatbot, what is the Sitecore user group conference happening in Delhi now? So will the AI model answer that? Probably not. Similarly, if you ask a question like for the AI model, what is the best construction site in India? Does the AI model answer that? Probably not. So that's why we are focusing more on this approach, like wherein we are dealing with the llms.txt file. That is a totally different approach for these AI models. And also no Sitecore team is considered as of now implementing this AIO. Now we also have a dual track strategy approach, wherein we on the first left side we focus on the schema markup, right side we focus on the llms.txt, wherein this is a unified, two approaches are there, but unified implementation is there. And on the schema markup, we have JSON LD structured data, which is derived using a graph pattern. Also, we have implemented 7 schema types. And also, these are automated from the Sitecore fields, and there is zero automation or authoring overhead. That is, we are not using any single additional field that is needed only for the schema. And also, we'll focus on how this is enablement for the rich results for Google.
So on the right side, llm.txt. So basically, it's a dynamic API route that's serving content per page. Basically, content will manage by the content editor and content author right inside Sitecore CMS only using the hostname-based multi-site resolution. So basically, it will give your brand as an AI-generated question answer.
Now, these two combinedly form our AIO. That's the gap we are filling today with this presentation. Now, let's focus on schema architecture.
So we divided the schema architect in 3 layers. First one is site-wide layout service. Basically, it's for organization, website, and breadcrumb list. So for all over the site, for all the pages, this will be the common. So instead of adding in for all the pages, we can add in the layout service generic for all the pages over the site. Second is a template layer. So basically it is auto-detected. For an example, for the news page, article page, video page, and project page, it will auto-detect the template and it will pull the data automatically and we will get the schema based on the page level. And the third one is a component. It is basically for the component specific schema. So for an example, on the FAQ page, on the accordion component, I want to add schema. So for that, this layer will work.
Now, this layered approach is what it makes it scalable because content schema is being derived by the content structure in the project. So if you are moving to the next slide, what are schema types that we have implemented is 7 schemas along with the video object.
So organization is for all the pages. It is basically about for the site and the branding. Second one is a website. It is mainly for the internal search scenarios. Third one is breadcrumb list. It is for the internal site navigation and it is mainly used for the SEO. Fourth is news article. Basically, it is for latest news and news cases. Fifth is article for the case studies and blogs. Sixth is FAQ, as it mentioned, is for the question and answer and accordion. And last is video object for the page that have embedded videos.
Now, these are the schema types that we are using for the large-scale implementations, which we are going to see in a few minutes on a CMYK use case system. But before that, we also have automation and smart fallbacks in this, wherein there is zero authoring overhead. As I said earlier also, we are not using any additional field to get the content into the schema structure. We are just making use of the existing Sitecore fields.
So let me show you how this fallback chain works. So for an example, for headline, it will pick first the value from the title field. If it is not there, then it will take from the meta tag, and last it will take as a page name. Similarly, for the description, first description, meta description, OG description, and then content summary. Same for the image, author, and date published. Here it will, for an example, content editor or author forgot to fill this field, it will still give you the smart, valid, proper schema.
Next slide, the integration in the front-end side.
So this is the best part where people surprise. So you can integrate whole schema framework in your Next.js application with only 4 lines in your layout service, JSX. So first you need to import the context utility and the component. Then you have to call 2 hooks first, use page schema. So basically it will take layout data, path, and ease editing. Is experience editor or not as a parameter, and based on that, so basically what we did is every schema have each separate Sitecore template. Based on that values, it will give you the proper schema result. And then we will use one more hook that combine all the schema. And then we simply need to render the schema component.
This is the implementation approach we are proud of because we are not using per site schema or per site content for the structures for all the projects. So we'll get to the use case, which is CMYK ecosystem. For the CMYK group, right, we have 14 sites which are maintained in the single SitecoreAI or Sitecore XM Cloud system. So these are the CMYK group's websites. As you can see, there are 14 number in. So these are having the only one schema derives all the 14 sites approach. Like we are not using per site schema for each of the site. So we are just focusing on content-driven schema, and also we can have each site has its own right organization name, right logo, and right social links as well. So this is what our schema for CMYK is.
So from the technical point of view, basically it will, the schema generator will automatically detect what page it is, like a news page, blog page, everything. And based on that, it will get the schema and it will display. So basically we don't need to set up for each page or each site. Basically it is only one code base, and it will work for all the sites across, for all the pages as well.
Going on to the next slide, we are moving to this next part, which is llms.txt. Now, what is this? This is the one which is, we were talking about AI optimization for Sitecore, right? That is this one, because this is one file which makes all the AI models to understand about or make your site searchable in the AI models. This is a simple text file which is used to give the models a clean and an approach, wherein it stores the data which is markdown formatted and also easy to parse for the models. Now, this is 4 use cases: AI discoverability, editor managed, multi-site ready, and zero maintenance. For the AI discoverability, this is one file which is maintained across all the Claude or any other model of AI. Editor managed, there is no developer developer dependency or code deployment for this, because it is just directly managed in the content CMS. And third one is multi-site ready, wherein each domain serves its own llms.txt file automatically. That is, we don't need to give one foundation template is enough to make for all the sites which resides at the settings file of the Sitecore content tree. And the last one is zero maintenance, which is like it doesn't need to maintain every time because there is no code or developer dependency. It is just managed by the content authors and content editors, simply as like robots and robot.txt and sitemap.xml, which resides in the Sitecore content as well. Moving on to the next slide.
So let me show you how this works. So basically, stack is very simple. Browser, Next.js, API route, GraphQL, and Sitecore. So whenever a request will hit to /llm.tsx, basically it will call GraphQL query using the Next.js API route, and GraphQL query will call the Sitecore and get schema related content from the using the GraphQL, and on the API route at middle layer, it will format. For an example, from the LLM context like title description, for all the section title description and URLs, it will simply convert into the plain text with proper valid headers.
And from Sitecore side, the implementation is simple. As I said, it just has the foundation template, which is handled at the CMIC site settings or any other site settings. Then we have a llms.txt file. So for all the 14 sites, we have used only one template, but we use a different set of context for each file, which gets into the data like what is the each site like about the website, also about structure and news and products available in that website as well. So moving on to the next slide, we have validation and testing. So we have implemented everything, but how do we validate now? There is a problem now, which
these are the 4 problems that we usually face continuously. First one is tool spawn. So basically, there are so many tools. We use the separate tool for SEO. We use separate tool for accessibility, performance, everything. It is very time consuming and quite irritating to switch one tool to second tool. Second is the AI search blind spot. So currently, there is no existing tool that check your llm.tsx file, and you are not sure that your site and your brand is visible for the AI like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude. Third one is the developer dependency. So basically, content author and content editor can't independently check the page is properly valid or not for the LLM. So they continuously require the developer. Fourth is slow feedback loop. As I already mentioned that there is a loop going on. If content is not properly valid for the LLM, then content editor will go to developer, then developer go to the content editor again. So there is a loop going on, and it is very time consuming. Plus, there are chances that you will find some issues after the go live. So it is very difficult to fix those issues after go live.
Now we are moving to the solution, which is the Web Pulse solution, which is an AI marketplace application built and approved by, published by Codehouse. So we have 6 audits here. One is SEO, AIO, schema, performance, accessibility, and llms.txt. Each agent or each audit does one specific functionality, which is AIO for the auditor, SEO also, schema, performance, accessibility, and LLMS. So now let's look at the demo now. Now this is our Web Pulse application, which is just used to scan across all the 6 regions parallelly. Suppose we'll consider our use case, which is CMIC. I'll just enter the CMIC URL here. .com.au. And we'll have a scan of this, which the site this Web Pulse app scans all the 6 regions parallelly, and it provides us like overview SEO schema. It also has a report generated, and we can also see the bulk scan. We'll review it in a minute once the scanning loads. It takes a little bit because it's scanning the entire site. We also have bulk scan, which we can use to select the pages that we want to scan prior. Like if something has been deployed today or tomorrow, then we can just go ahead and select those files and test whether these are validly working across all the sections or not. And meanwhile, I want to show there is one more key application on the right side. Okay, it loaded, that's fine. So we can see here, we have on the overview, we have all the sections like SEO, AIO, schema. It shows in percentage and also vitals. It is focused on the vitals, is focused on the mobile one. And accessibility we have, and also llms.txt that is found for this use case. We do have scores on each side, which also provides its overview. We can also look at each of the application that this is a past for the SEO, and we do have a suggestion here. We can look into that, but prior to that, we'll also move to the AIO tab, where it also has where it is lacking or where it is scoring high. That is also shown in this AIO. Similarly, for schema, what is the schema that has been implemented, or what are the present schemas here? So few things are missing here. Like we can see here, few are valid, few are missing. We also have a suggested fix for that, which we'll look into sometime. And then vitals are also there, which is the LCP and other things. So this is all the ones we already know. Similarly, we have accessibility also, wherein across every section, it scans through every section and provides the audit for each of the site. Now, LLMS also, it just shows you that this is present, and it shows you what is the content in the LLMS. So as I said, it describes about website, it shows about the about section, financial, or whatever we want to list down in the content file. Then we do have one fix all button, which shows all the fixes and what are the critical issues. So also we can download this either from the PDF here that downloads to the application. It shows us what are the critical issues, or what are past, or what are there. So it's just a total list of what is good and what is to be improved. Also, if we go ahead and check here, right, there are a few cases we can do a bulk scan of the entire site. But still, we do have one more report on the tab, wherein we are using an AI key which is supported by Gemini or a Claude, any other AI we can provide. As of now, it's using Gemini in the key here. If you can see here, I already gave the key here. So let me just close this. Okay, now we do have something called as generate AI report. It just generates around the entire the homepage now, which we have given now. It just shows what is the grade of the entire site. This is time taking, little bit, bear with us. It also has the dashboards, as you can see, according to the schema or according to each of the region, it is showing the dashboards, pie charts and bar graphs as well. Now we are having a grade C for this one because SEO is good, and it is also showing what are the improvements. If you go further down, right, it shows where it is working well, where we have to improve, and what are the critical actions that are needed to be taken. And if you go back to bulk scan, or if you go to the fixes first, now we are given a API key here, which is just used to fix. This is all a free schema because we are using the Google PSI behind the scenes. So that's the one which is okay. Now why we are using an AI key here? Because this is what makes it interesting here. Because every fix we have here is provided by the AI with the confidence of score. Like this is his confidence score that is used to fix this application. We can directly include these fixes in the CMS. If it's a content change, we can also include them in the schema level, on the code level in the front-end side as well. So it is just fixing. Let's take a minute for this one. I hope I have given the AI key. I think I have given the AI key. It is just taking time. Yeah, it is showing as a pop-up here. Web Pulse fix with the auto fix confidence score is 90%. What is it is lacking in the content because it doesn't have a allow more or read more text for any of the things. So we have to put this data there. Implementation also it shows us which page or which file we have to put it in the front end side. We can copy or dismiss this fix. Let's dismiss this, and we can have across all the schema as well. We can also look at accessibility that is similar to area labels now. We'll look into something interesting now, that is the bulk scan. But bulk scan also, I don't need to give anything. I'll just put the URL of the main site there. We have to select, these are the entire site it's scanned and providing the URLs with. So we'll just, mainly only 20 are selected. But if you want to choose between the URLs, we can select, like, we don't want any news URLs. So we'll untick them. And we also have some other pages which are like mainly based upon the site and all. Let me scan through few of the pages. I'm unselecting everything because I don't want to make a lot of time for this URL. So let's take a, select only few things. Okay, it is says 14 are selected. I don't want 14 URLs now. Okay, let's select and unselect all. Let me check two other things. One is a news and media thing. Other one is a project one. Then we'll go for any other media. Okay, let's scan 3 pages. What it does, we'll verify now. We have scan 3 pages here option, which shows across. This is now each page wise. It shows overall rating of the site for the specific page, along with schema, AIO, schema vitals, and accessibility. And LLMS dot it doesn't show in this because this is only a site-wide text file. So we don't need to show it on the page for each of the page because it exists at the root level of the site. Until this loads, we can check the other things. Like bulk scan, we are already looking at. So report, we already have looked at. This also becomes interesting once the scan, each of the page scans loads, okay? And we'll also, if time permits, we'll also look into one on the site which doesn't have an llms.txt implemented. Meanwhile, if you want, we can look at the downloads, what does it do on the download section. Like once we have downloaded from the PDF, right, it does show the critical issues. If the text is there, we can check the accessibility, vitals, schema, AIO, and SEO. So it shows us where are the critical issues that we have to focus on. Like it says that FAQ schema has no page schema. So similarly like that, the things which I need to avoid are also listed here. The ones which are not so critical like warnings are also listed here. And then we go on to the past things. We also have a track of what is successful, so we don't need to focus on these things. So let's see if the bulk scan is loaded, at least for one page. Okay, this is loaded. Now it is showing us 3 sites, like 3 pages thing, which is site-wide metrics is C, which is same in the grade which we are looked in the report or PDF as well. But now also it shows us like overall site. This is a site-wide metrics, but that was at a home page level, site-wide. So now we also have a SEO health snapshot here. So where it is improvable, where is critical, and what we have to take actions next are here. So it also shows us one, if I go back here, right, we do have a score distribution and lowest scores by page and agent and page also we are having here. So SEO distribution is also this for the score. Now next is, one interesting thing is if you click on one of the URL, right, it gives you the page level insights as well. Wherein one of the, for SEO it says that it doesn't have meta description. For AIO, it shows something like speakable schema is missing. And for schema, it says web page schema is missing. So vitals also we can check here. Similarly, if we go to another URL, it shows what are their page. One more interesting thing is if I click on this arrow, right, it navigates back to the overview tab, showing that this is the current page structure for each of the page or the URL which you are scanning now. We can also fix 14, we can also check the report here, which is generated an AI report here, which again generates the same AI report. We can also download PDF from here, or also we can download it from here. It doesn't matter because it shows the same thing, so that is fine. And if we navigate back to the page, okay, it shows overall grade where we have to improve and other things. This is fine. We also have a web page summary at the end. Like every page has its own summary where it has to improve with the scores written in the bottom of the text file or the text report. So we do have one more thing here. We'll just try to scan another one, like another URL. Like we'll put SUGCON India here. Sorry, SUGCON India.events.in. Let's scan this site. Just we'll have a normal scan only. No, do not want to include all the pages. I think I have missed HTTPS. I don't know whether it fetches or not now. But it takes a little bit of time. So it says it is, okay, LLMS also it is showing. I'm surprised now because it shouldn't show the LLMS here, but I don't think it has worked again. I think it is for the previous one. Let me put the HTTPS tag before the URL. Okay, let's do a scan again. Now it is scanning across each of the region or the section. Okay, it is still showing here that it has done. Let me refresh the page and then try with another URL. I want to put our company's, this one, Corehouse Group, URL here, and scan it. And this, regarding the AI, it doesn't store any sensitive information. It's just to use to generate the reports and provide the suggested fix we can implement in CMS or in the front-end code. So it is just basically using the PSI behind the screens, and we just need to have a AI for this purpose only. We're not storing any data, so it is secure and reliable to use this application. Okay, we'll take question and answers now because it's already 5 minutes. So we are good with this. This is our schema markup meets llms.txt, and this is what our full AIO is. So we are open for questions now. Okay. Sorry.
Actually, it's a nice application. So you are also using marketplace app, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So I wanted to know, like, what the markup you are saying, correct? For the AEO, basically, the markup language we are talking
Sorry,
about.
I cannot hear you properly. Could you please speak a little bit louder?
The markup language.
The markup language.
For the
okay.
AEO part, correct?
Okay.
Yes. So are you using any LLM models to prepare that? Like
No, we are not using any model because in the background it runs behind Google PSI, which is the page speed insight. So the markup language, it follows the normal schema validator and other things. Sorry. Hello? Yeah, sorry. So it follows the schema markup, which is a standard implementation, which can be validated by schema validator as well. So we're not following any models. It's just a scan which does with the AI. So we're not following any specific model. Any model or any application like Claude, Gemini, any key you can use, and any API key you can use it for scanning and suggested fixes. That was your question?
yes, somewhat.
Okay.
Somewhat. But one more thing, like, see, we are still depending on LLMs, correct, to get the results here.
No, we are not depending on the LLMs to get the results. We are using Google Page Speed Insights behind the scan. Only the LLMS is generally a text file only it is, which is like AI is discovered via this llms.txt. I can show you one thing here. Like if you go back to the CIMIC site, right, every site has its own text file which is making it discoverable. But we are not using any LLMS to scan through the site.
Okay.
Let me show you, 1 second. Huh?
So one question again, like Google Page Speed Insight is free, correct? So why we need a marketplace?
It is not free. We do pay for PSI. But you are saying Lighthouse, right?
Yes,
but
kind
it
of.
doesn't give you accurate performance for each of the, it doesn't handle llms.txt for time being, right? It is not there. Also accessibility also, it is a little bit, we use AxTool or any other tool for accessibility. Yeah. So we are handling all these in one application. That is WebPulse for us.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, my understanding a little bit this thing. Okay, I thought like we are depending on LLMs. Okay.
No, we are not using any LLMs here.
So you are like basically we are calling the API, correct? Like
yes, behind the screens it is calling an API. Yes.
So have you considered like other APIs, like we have GT Matrix also, correct, for getting all those data?
Which one? Sorry.
GT Matrix is also there. Like how we have Lighthouse space.
Yes. Few other tools are there, but it doesn't handle all the SEO things. But because it doesn't provide a suggested fixes, right? The one good advantage in this WebPulse application is you go for one other application like Digimetrics or any other thing, schema validator, that provides only one solution for you, and it also accesses, like we have to go back to developer to get it fixed here. But here in this case, we are not using any developer dependency because the content author can scan this site, they get the data here, so they can fix themselves either in the content CMS. If it's a content authorable, they can fix it in the CMS itself. If it's a code change like schema and other things, then it is handled by the front-end team or the back-end team who is responsible for that issue fixes.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Great to learn about the tool. I think it was very useful. My question is on prioritization. So as we have a full health report of the website and we can see there are multiple issues on the site. So can this tool help me prioritize that which issue I should fix first, which can bring the most impact for the performance of the website?
Yes, it does show you the critical issues. It also shows the suggested fixes with the confidence score. As I shown earlier, right? Every fix has it with this confidence score, which is like 90%, 20%. So It is what which makes it more feasible for the authors and anybody to edit and fix that. So the confidence score is what from the AI we are getting. That is the main fix we are using.
So are we saying the part which has the lowest confidence score should be fixed first? That's
No,
how.
no, highest confidence score should be fixed first and the critical issues are to be fixed first.
So the confidence score is basically of the tool that
Fixed,
Solution.
that is
It's for
only-
solution.
is for solutioning.
Solution.
Confidence score is for solutioning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Got it. Thank you. That was my question.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you. Yeah, actually, I saw that we are this tool is using for the schema markup. Is it supported the item props also?
Sorry for the schema markup, what does it support?
Item props. Example, in the some of the sites they are not still not using the JSNLD. They are not supporting. Example, in the China sites and all.
Okay.
So, is it support item props or how we want to handle that one?
As of now, we are not globalizing it because it's just an application overviews. But for China thing, I don't think we have handled this thing.
Okay.
So that's an improvement. I
Okay,
think
yeah.
we will do it next time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So we're at time now. Thanks a lot for that, Yamini and Krushna. That was really good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. For
Thank you so much.
opportunity.